So, you wanted to know how to get a UK driver's license and be able to drive in the UK. Well, you found the right video, but before that, consider subscribing to our channel as we create not just fun stuff, but also informative contents about many things under the sun. And click the bell button for instant updates. So, I thought if you want to create a driving related topic or content, you need to do it inside the car. Well, I just had a chance to be in the car now
because I drove for my wife going to our GP for her checkup.
So while waiting, we'll do this content for you guys. So let us first talk about your eligibility to acquire a UK driving license.
If you Google book theory test, you can find gov.uk guidance, and you will find this learn to drive a car step-by-step guidance, and you will find 6 particular steps to follow. And we'll start off with step number 1, which is to check if you're allowed to drive.
First, you would need to apply for a provisional or provisional driving license. The basic requirements are you should be at least 15 years of age and 9 months. So 15 years and 9 months old. So that is the basic eligibility requirement from the gov.uk website. Secondly, you should be able to read a number plate from 20 meters away. Okay?
So we need to move on now to second step, which is to apply for your first provisional license.
So you have 2 options to do the application for provisional driving license. And one is you can apply online, which costs you £34 at the time of creation of this video. So at the moment it's £34. And for online application, you need to prepare an identity document, or it is best to provide, if you have one, a BRP or biometric residence permit. And secondly, you need to provide your address or addresses for the last 3 years. You should be living here in the UK for at least 18 months for those coming from other lands like me. Third is your national insurance number. We all have one. Well, if in case you want to apply by post, it will cost you £9 more. Okay? Let's continue on your application online. Just follow the steps on the DVLA or Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency webpage by reading it carefully and following all the instructions given. After a few days, DVLA will send you a form by post, which you will have to fill out and send back to DVLA together with your BRP card or other identity document that you need to provide. But a reminder, send it back to DVLA via a first class mail if you're gonna send your BRP or passport with the form, because that is of course a very important document, your BRP or your passport. You don't want to lose them. It will cost you hundreds of pounds for replacement. So what I did, I went to Royal Mail and I have to pay, I think, £13 for the first class mail. That is to send the letter to DVLA, and for DVLA to send it back to me via first class mail as well. So after a couple of weeks, they will send you back your ID, your BRP, if that's what you sent, and then together with your provisional driving license card, or the green driver license card.
So let's now move on to step number 3, which is driving lessons and practice. So you will see here you need to consider these things: reading the highway code, taking driving lessons with a qualified driving instructor, and practice vehicle safety questions. And also, if you notice, under here is the prepare for your theory tests, because while you are having your driving lessons and practice, you can also do your reading and prepare for the theory test. It says here, theory test revision and practice, take a practice theory test, theory and hazard perception test app. So I'll share with you what I did. After receiving my provisional driving license, I started my driving lessons straight away with a qualified driving instructor and booked my driving theory exam in like 4 or 5 weeks time, if I remember it right. And that means I took and passed my theory examination while I am having my actual driving lessons or practice. And in that case, I kind of saved time in the process period.
So with your driving theory examination, you can book it online as well. Just Google it on gov.uk to apply for theory examination. And then after passing that, you will then have to book for your actual practical driving test. And the actual practical driving test will last for how many minutes? 40 minutes roughly, 38 to 40 minutes. So yeah, it includes your independent driving. That means while you're in your driving test, you will be asked to follow a direction based on the signages or the marks on the road, or you may have to follow a sat nav direction, which will be set by the examiner. And second part is that is the first part, independent driving. Follow a sat nav or follow a direction to a certain area. And the other part is the examiner will actually tell you to do different stuff like maneuvering, emergency stop, like those, parking on the left, parking on the side, reversing. So those are part that will last all in all for 40 or 38 minutes. But before that, before checking the examination, even like me, I've been driving back home for roughly 10 years before coming here to the UK. It is still advisable to take driving lessons. And for driving lessons, you will have to spend roughly at least 20 hours up to 40 hours. Sometimes depends on your skills progress, of course. And what I did, which is normally what happens as well, each week I spend 2 hours with my instructor, driving instructor, and I had like 10-11 sessions with him. Yeah, just to perfect, really, even though I am driving, just to perfect my my driving skills to be able to pass examination, the actual driving examination. So normally what happens is a person will book 2 hours per week with a driving instructor, a qualified driving instructor, and then 1 to 2 hours per week, and it will be for 10 sessions. So that means 20 hours, 10 sessions, 20 hours, and you will have to pay 25 to 30 to 30 plus per hour. So per session, 2 hours, that is equivalent to 50 to 60 to 70 pounds per session times 10, so roughly 700. Yeah, 500 plus your driving fees, your driving examination fees, all of those. And then after 10 days, once you pass your examinations, after 10 days, they will send you their pink driving license, your full driving license. That's how we call it here in the UK. Your full driving license after 10 days, roughly, or 2 weeks. And after that, you can now drive on your own in the UK. Well, things to remember. When you have a provisional license, when you already have it, you can drive in the UK, but given you need to have someone with you, someone who have a full driving license for at least 3 years, okay? Full UK driving license holder for at least 3 years and at least 21 years of age. Without them, you cannot drive, okay? You are not allowed to drive alone if you have provisional license only. You need to have someone who has 3 years, 21 years old, full driver license holder. Okay, remember that. That is illegal on the law. And of course, the car that you will drive as a provisional driver, you should be registered as a driver of that car. So if that's your dad's car, if your mom's car, you should be registered by the insurance of that car as one of the drivers, as one of the people who drive that car. Is that clear? I'm not sure if that is clear. I hope I made my point. Those are the basic things how to be able to drive in the UK. In the next videos, I'm gonna share with you guys how I prepared for the theory examination and how I also prepared for the practical examination. Okay? And some basic tips. Top tips. So please subscribe and activate the notification bell so you will be instantly notified with our helpful contents. So, we'll wrap this up here. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you learned something from this video. Don't forget to share a smile and spread the love. And like and subscribe. Because life is delicious. We'll see you in the next one. Enjoy your day. Bye.